Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's match, match 19, which is Enigma 9 versus NoLifeKing. Today, I am joined with Samara, who's going to be doing the pre-game analysis. So, good evening, Samara. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank God I'm not really lagging anymore, so I can actually help again. Yeah, so kind of excited to be back after my short hiatus. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing okay. I'm quite excited for tonight's game. How do you think it's going to go? We see the one ban, the one and the Hayabusa. The one obviously is targeting Zaza, who got two maniacs with them 1-1, so it's a pretty good ban to have.
I don't really know how this is going to go because, like, if you look at the two teams, I would say the two teams are quite evenly matched in terms of skill. So I have no idea how this is going to go down. Enigma 9 and NoLifeKings are two very, very strong teams. And of course, we see they're coming in with the Faramis ban. Yesterday, we saw in the Mavericks match, it was Faramis and Diggy combo, which was so super strong. And I think no one wants to see that again. So I think that's maybe one reason why they banned that.
Yeah, they actually locked down they banned the Diggy. It does leave the Valentina open, which is a pretty good pick to have here because they don't have they can just pick it up. The farm is also banned, so I wonder if NoLifeKing will actually pick up the Valentina. Because then they'll also have they go for the Nolan instead.
I mean, Nolan is a really strong pick, especially like in the early game. He's like really strong, so that could give them an advantage, I'd say.
Definitely, the Bog XP is also a pretty solid pick to have. They do have a marksman to be circled here, so I wonder if they're going to be locking him down. It is Zaza, so he's going to be picking marksman. He's going to go for Bruno. Bruno's a pretty solid pick so far.
That's why I love football.
Oh, I do like the Tigro. Tigro is actually starting to get banned in 5. It's a pretty good pick, especially if they ban the fine for the disengage. But Tig is still open here, so if NoLifeKing still has they still have the marksman and the Roma to pick, so Matilda is still open too. So let me see what they ban. They go for the mage instead, which is pretty interesting. I think that's also targeted at Jinx. So NoLifeKing focusing on the target bans for specific players to take away some of those comfort heroes. So far, good draw from both sides. So yeah, both teams are focusing more on the target bans instead of the meta bans. We see that the Martyrs is still open. Olive is still open. So yeah.
Your team is picking.
Who do you favor so far? I favor the side of Enigma 9 purely on the basis of the Xborg and the Minnow. What do you think?
So far, yeah, I'm also more leaning towards Enigma 9 because, I mean, they have a really strong XP laner, and of course, they have a really good roam, which is Minnow, but then, of course, we haven't seen the roam on the side of NLK, so I'm just waiting for that. Oh, and we see them coming through with the Matilda. As we've seen in other games in this tournament, Matilda wasn't really performing, really grandly, as I would say. Matilda had like a 0% win rate in this tournament, but hopefully they can turn that around, I think.
Yeah. I think mostly because of the heroes they're pairing the Matilda with. Matilda works really well with like tanky heroes, and we haven't really seen that combo. Usually they pair him up with an assassin. And yeah, I do like the Roger though. Roger's a pretty solid pick. But I see that they're circling the XP Liam, or you hardly get to see that. So I'm actually wondering if there's still Uranus and other strong XP laners left. Oh wait, they already have an XP laner, unless they're going
they don't have a marksman, so
what's going on there? I think they go for the clone.
Okay. Just playing with our feelings.
I will revive.
Okay. Okay. Now that they have both teams fully picked out, I think I am going to be favoring the lineup of Enigma 9.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to execution. I am worried about the Nolan. Nolan falls off pretty much like late game, and Enigma 9 has a lot of disengaged heroes. He could be able to burst down the Bruno, but it would be very difficult to kill the Lunox and the other heroes on the side of Enigma 9. But it is possible since they have the engaging with the Terizla. So I'd have to see how they execute the draft. But so far in the best of the draft, I think Enigma 9 has a better late game comp. But if Enigma 9, I mean, if NoLifeKing manages to snowball, they might be able to do something with it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I share your sentiments. Anyway, I think we're going to go back to Seppi now.
Okay, thank you, Samara. Thank you, Nigel, who will be joining me as well. This is an exciting match between two powerhouses of the South African server, I believe. Both teams have drafted insanely well, I believe. I think the Nolan going through is a bit scary for Enigma 9 because I think this hero is just so strong. Even if it's in a bad matchup, it can still perform really well under pressure. But yeah, I think you don't share exactly the same sentiment that I do, Nigel.
Definitely, yeah. So they need a very good early game. They need to make sure that they don't fall behind. No one's actually going for the Lito yet. But yeah, early game is very important for both teams here. So Roger is a pretty good pick, especially in the early game because he doesn't need level 4 to necessarily engage in those team fights. But I think they're gonna go for the first Lito to get it.
Yeah, okay. So the Lethal Wanderer will go to the side of Enigma. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think Enigma have drafted a huge team fights lineup. They've gone for these big AoE spells like the Last Insanity and Minot Fury. So I think both teams do, as you said, do want to go for the late game. But I'm having a feeling that Enigma 9 are a bit better in those late team fight sort of fights. Anyway,
Definitely.
Nolan hitting that level 4 and Roger as well. They're going to be just maybe going for a little bit of a brawl here just before the turtle starts up. But nothing too hectic. Nolan goes in a little bit of poke, pops a fracture, excuse me. But this Minotaur is in danger. He needs to pop the flicker. He has the regen up, but I don't think he makes it out of this. Oh no, he will. Okay, I mean, just a bit of a skirmish from both teams. Maybe it's just NoLifeKing looking to sort of harass them down, making sure they're low health, so they can't really approach the turtle so easily. And that's exactly what Akado is doing to this Roger. Oh, maybe they can steal the blue buff.
It does look that way because he might be even forced to use Retri.
Oh, there it is. Yes. So. Retribution committed by Khan there. So now NLK have free reign to try and take this turtle. Although they have to win the team fight first. The Last Insanity is out. Terizla gets absolutely blown up by the Last Insanity. As Nolan trying to get another kill as well. But I mean, no, excuse me. He's trying to make it out from getting killed. But Roger, Connor's just popping off with these plays here. He's getting kills after kill here. As Enigma should be able to secure a turtle for themselves.
Looks like they might be able to get the mid lane turret here too because Bruno left his lane, so he might be able to get a lot of gold from that engage. So pretty good rotation from the Bruno coming in.
Yeah, for sure. As you were saying, it is up to this Nolan to have a good early game, except his team is just getting run over. I mean, the Lunox picks up a kill for herself, first kill for her, and Enigma 3 kills ahead to 0. And NoLifeKing are starting to feel the pressure a bit of maybe coming back into this game.
Yes, I would like to see a bit more rotation with the jungle and the roamer here so that they can, you know, make off those pickoffs. Because Nolan is a pretty good pick-off hero, it's that they don't have enough time to do that in this game.
Oh yeah. And I'm surprised. I know Anthony's Nolan is pretty insane, so I'm surprised to see him not doing so well in this early game. But there we go. Just as I had to open my mouth, he gets a clean kill into this Minotaur, and the Circling Eagle's out as well. Is there any guiding winds to follow it up? No, there's not. But Nolan in with the Dimensional Rifts. He's going to get the double kill for himself. As now, NLK are starting to show a bit of their fire, finally, in this best of 3 series.
Definitely, that's what I was talking about. We need to see the Matoda and the Nolan move into they're making those plays for the team, because that's really the key to victory for their team here.
Taking a look at the item builds here, Nolan going for that early Blade of Heptases. And Xpog getting the Bloodless Axe. Oh, we're going to actually see a bit of a fight mid lane. Terizla gets taken down once again. Doesn't have really any defense to sort of work with for himself at the moment. Fracture popped by Nolan. But Enigma are getting pretty decent kills for themselves here. I mean, even though I think they need to start looking to shut down this Nolan now. He's going to start snowballing out of control at this point.
Definitely, I think they're gonna look to gank the bot lane here. I think the Clint is alone, but his teammates are there to rescue him. So luckily he's still alive.
No, he'll be fine. Turtle spawning up now. Pass claws picked up by Bruno. He might be able to join into a turtle fight here. No, he's gonna decide to reset instead. He's out of mana. But Enigma, you're gonna start poking down the turtle a little bit here. As here we go, a fight starting to brew out, but Minotaur is taking quite a lot of damage just from pokes and trades, although Roger in the neighborhood wants to try and secure this for himself, but no. Oh, actually he gets the retribution steal, which is a great retribution steal coming out from Akon when he's in a bit of danger now. Gets to jump away. Lunox goes in with the dark side ultimate. Doesn't really get much done with it. Xborg maybe goes for the last insanity, but the penalty zone is on the back line. Quite a chaotic team fight with the Moan Fury. It's going to just be on to one, which is the Terizla. And Nolan gets the killing spree with the cleanup coming from the Lost Insanity. Getting rid of his fire shield. Double kill for Bruno, though. Make it a triple. As Clint in a bit of danger, but it's going to get punished out by this Nolan. A hectic team fight coming out from both ends. Although I think in general, the triple kill for Zaza on the Bruno was most beneficial for Enigma 9.
Definitely, I think Bruno is decently farmed right now. He's in terms of gold is nearly he's almost 1,000 gold ahead of the other guy. So I think he's in a pretty good position right now.
But he might get caught here.
Get picked up like he's about to get him.
Caster's curse is what they call it. You start saying something and then it just happens.
Definitely. Yeah, retribution used from the Roger, but there's nothing important right now. So yeah, I think they're gonna try to force down the gold lane. Hopefully they'll be able to get it because the runner isn't back yet. That should even out the turrets. If Clint gets it, yeah, he does.
Something that the M5 casters were talking about is the Terizla 7 death power spike. Oh, nice dodge.
I think he might do it.
Yeah, the nice flicker dodge from Ricardo there.
I feel like it looked like he was going for an attack item and then he changed it to Dom Ice.
Yeah, I think he might have wanted to be a bit aggressive with how he played, but he realized that he's not doing too well in the game. He needs to go for a bit of tanky. I'm sure that's exactly his thoughts. As NoLifeKing in the top lane here, looking to set up the turtle. But Z-King doesn't have the Fire Auger armor to work with at the moment, so there's no Lost Insanity available for Enigma to use. Good harass coming out from Lunox. Maybe the Known Fury, it's going to land on 2, but the turtle's already dead, done by Bruno. The Rapture's out, but it's not going to be a fracture, excuse me. But the Circling Eagles are going to keep this Matilda alive. No, with the Chaos Assault, she's just going to fall. Worldy pop by Bruno. And NLK are just running away with their tail behind their legs. But in between, excuse me.
Yeah, but Clint does manage to get one turret there in that exchange, so he did pay off a bit, but he might actually end up dying here. If he doesn't die, he might die.
He's gonna get caught. He has a sprint to work with, but there's the Chaos Assault coming out from Lunox. It's probably gonna be enough damage. One basic attack. Is it gonna be enough? No, he's gonna live. What bet? 0 HP, pretty much. There's the Lunox. She's going in with the light side ultimate there, but it gets caught by the penalty zone. Has to pop the flicker. Xborg, excuse me, goes in. Doesn't have the Lost Insanity though.
Definitely. The Clint saw that his team was in a bit of trouble there, so instead of going all the way up there to not make any useful plays, he manages to take a turret down. So that does even out the turrets here. The gold is only at 3,000 gold lead, so I think Enigma 9 is going to respond with their own turret take here.
As you can see, a bit more fighting happening in the bot here. As we can see, the Rapture, Fracture, excuse me, it's going to go out straight away. Kill the Minotaur from Nolan. A very nice kill, except this Xbox does have the immortality to work with. Clint doing a bit of harassing damage with the long range attacks, but not going to be able to chase up much further. As NLK are starting to get back a little bit here. Maybe they can get this mid turret. They're going to go look for it. There's the penalty zone. It goes straight onto the 2 of them. Lunox has to pop the lights out ultimate to maybe get out, but Bruno is the one to get caught in the end. That's a great comeback kill for NLK.
Definitely, those kills will be important, especially since the Lord is spawning in the next 10 seconds. So I think this now. It doesn't look like they're interested in getting it now though, but they are still in a pretty good positions. Both teams have three turrets divided, but it looks like NoLifeKing is going to be, instead of focusing on the Lord, they look to be pushing the top lane.
You see a bit of a skirmish here. They've got the Little Wonder on the side of NLK, so that extra vision is going to be quite valuable. La Legende, he's going in a little bit. Oh, but Xborg getting caught here. Nolan gets rid of his immortality, but on the other side, the Khan does get another kill for himself. As Enigma actually the one's getting this this Lord in the end. He might be able to secure it fast enough, except Nolan's coming in with the vicinity here. He does have the retribution to work with, but no, the retribution from Kong comes out first. Bruno Fury, he's going to die before it comes out. Bruno in a bit of danger here, but he's going to try and fight it out, as Nolan will clean up the kill finally. As Enigma take the Lord, but they're going to pay for it with a few...
It was good here.
Yeah.
They lost 2 turrets because of that, and they lost a few members. So I think NoLifeKing did a pretty good job of not overcommitting in terms of the Lord. They knew that they weren't going to win the Lord fight, so they stayed focused on pushing the lanes around the turrets.
Yeah.
And they managed to get a few kills. So yeah, it is a pretty early Lord, so it wasn't going to be an enhanced Lord. So I think they rather would have not committed to that. The Clint is doing a pretty good job of not being too involved in the team fights, but he's doing a good job of overall pushing the lanes.
For sure. I mean, both teams are just dead even pretty much. We got just about a 1,000 gold lead just for the side of NLK, but it's only a 1 kill lead.
Definitely, I think that those turrets is coming, and the turret gold is the main difference there. They have 2 turrets on the sides. I mean, 2 turrets more than Enigma 9, which is pretty good, because then the waves will be in the wave pressure will be on their side. I think that's what they were looking for.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Nolan, level 14 here, but so is Khan. So this game, as I said, pretty much dead even. Gonna see if NLK can make any moves, as they are kind of, I could argue they are a bit on the lead here in terms of just the map pressure, as Nab Cookies looking to go with the Circling Eagle, I think, but doesn't really commit it. Lilia gonna be in the front line, committing a little bit of just poking spells here. But NLK, they know that they can't really go much further than that. They need to wait for an objective to take first, such as the Lord.
Definitely, I think in this now, we're talking about that early game. I think they managed to make sure that Nolan doesn't fall too far behind, so that he actually is pretty useful late game here. So I think he's also evenly matched with the jungler of actually he's actually 1 level ahead of Khan. So I think the next Lord is going to be up. I think the Lord here will decide the trajectory of the match. I think it's going to be very important Lord.
As Nolan finishes off the Blade of Despair. So now we're going to see that real damage just getting pumped out, except for the fact that Bruno has finished the Wind of Nature for himself. So he's going to be a little bit safe to any sort of onslaughts away coming in from Roller. But the Circling Eagle, he's not going to be safe from the magic damage coming out from Matilda. As Lunox goes in with a light side ultimate, she's going to try and get a bit of damage done maybe, but the penalty zone is out. No Fury as well, as a killing spree for Lunox in the of all people. Nolan in a bit of danger here, but he does take down the Roger finally. As
see a nice little 1v1 in XP lane. The Clint is chasing down the Borg, but the Borg manages to escape with the sprint.
But I think NLK, they win another trade.
Definitely, this will be a Lord fight here.
Oh, I'm not sure that Enigma should be able to contest this or not. I don't believe so. As looking into the game state now, NoLifeKing on top of the game. They're gonna maybe push down with the enhanced Lord. Should be going either top or bottom. I'm not sure which. Okay, it'll go bottom. Oh, it's because it has that little bit of a ras on it.
Yeah, so I remember when we were talking about Terizla's Bolt. I think he's just going full tank now. I think he's just designated himself the main set.
Oh, but there we go in the Minotaur. He's gonna get bursted down completely. Yeah. The Minotaur does come out at least, but Fibchillin, I don't know how to pronounce this Lilia's name, does have the magic shoes to get us off. Fib, okay, Fib it is. As Bruno pops the Wind of Nature. I don't know if they're going to be able to kill Lord in time before it charges here. As mid lane's getting harassed a bit. Maybe they can. NoLifeKing making a bit of a blunder here, not protecting the Lord, so it wasn't able to do a charge.
Definitely, Bruno's the best hero to be clearing down the Lord. So NoLifeKing, they only lost one turret in that exchange, but not NoLifeKing, Enigma 9 rather, but they're still in a pretty good position to make a comeback here. I just think that the pressure is a bit much for them right now. I think they need to regroup and make sure that the Minnow and the Roger work well together. I think if they move more as a team, they might be able to make a comeback here.
All right. They're going to maybe harass this Matilda a little bit, but not much they can do. She is quite tanky, I believe. Yeah, she was also going for a bit of a full tank build, so NLK are not that squishy. It's just going to be this Nolan and Lilia, but they all have the escape skills, and Clint is just your backline damage. So I honestly, just like going deeper into this game, I'm thinking, wow, NLK's draft actually makes a lot of sense compared to Enigma's.
Definitely, I was actually a bit worried about how squishy they would be, but they're doing a pretty good job here of making their draft work.
Oh, but Nulock's in a bit of danger here. Has to pop the Lysol ultimate just to get away. Nolan's damage is a bit too much, to be honest, at this point in the game. Okay, they want to push down the mid turret, but the defense is kind of strong from Enigma. They do have like this Bruna high ground as well as Lunox, so it's not easy to push into.
Definitely, the Clint just taking all the buffs off of Enigma 9 here, so they'll be in a pretty good position for the next Lord. Like the key issue here is that Enigma 9 is getting picked off with thirds. They're not usually a full team, and that's usually when you need the Minnow and the Xbox all to work together. I think that it works better in their favor if the team are split up, because then NoLifeKing is just winning this 1v1 exchanges.
Oh, but there's a second eagle. It's out on the Minotaur of all people, but there she gets a double knockup with that. Oh, but look at that damage coming in. It's not going to be enough though. It's just a bit of a harass and legendary for Nolan. Although they do get rid of the Matilda, the last insanity is going to blow up and do lots of damage. They're going to catch the Clint, and Nolan chasing another kill on the top there. Shut down onto the Ludox, but Roger, he's running for blood. He smells them. He wants to try and catch this Nolan, but he's not going to be fast enough. But they do get the Lily instead. But this is going to be a Lord for the side of Enigma here.
Looks like I think that the NoLifeKing is actually going to disengage in that. I think that's not worth for them to try to fight that. So pretty good team fight. They're coming in from the side of Enigma 9.
Yeah, and that's the comeback they needed. As NLK, they had the chokehold on them, but they didn't follow through with it. They didn't protect that Lord in the bottom lane to let it charge the tower. And now NLK, are just behind. They're going to get this another enhanced Lord coming down their direction.
Definitely, the one Lord fight actually changed the trajectory of the game, and the gold is actually in the side of Enigma 9 now. So I think Enigma 9 might actually do a bit more with that Lord than NoLifeKing did with this, because I think they're actually going to clear mid lane. They might be able to get 2 turrets, but I think NoLifeKing is actually not trying to not have any of that happen.
As you can see, the fight is starting to come down into the bottom lane here. Lord does charge the tower, does that 60 or 50% HP to the tower, gets one more attack in before falling. As NLK also a bit strong with the defense themselves. But Bruno maybe wants to take this mid tower a little bit. He's going to start kicking some balls into the face of that tower, but not much more follow-up from Enigma, as they will respect the high ground of NLK a little bit. Although they do get the high ground, tower in the bottom. It was falling quite low. Oh, look at that damage. Not gonna be enough to take either of them out though. As yeah,
I think there's only like there's only 2 turrets left on the side of NoLifeKing. Yeah, I think it is starting. Nolan isn't able to one-shot the enemies as he used to be in the early game, so I think they just need to make a good set in order to make the comeback here again. But the trajectory definitely is on the side of Enigma 9.
Yeah, Nolan not really able to get any blue buffs at this point in the game. He's locked into when you're locked into your bases of Nolan. It's quite difficult when you can't have your blue buff. But so far, he might be able to get a red for himself at least.
Yep, the next Lord is going to be spawning the next 50 seconds, so whoever dies here is going to be a bit of a problem for the team.
As you can see, both teams are sort of moving around this jungle creep. Not really sure what to do on either of the side here. They both need just a really good initiation by their set pieces, such as this Terizla, this Minotaur.
Definitely. I think for the moment it is not Enigma 9 in a better position for Lord. I think they're actually going to commit to it.
Yes, this will be the Luminous Lord, which means that it will be much stronger in battle. It'll give your team like additional damage, and it'll have more damage reduction, more people around it. If for those who didn't know. Anyway, we're gonna see the oh Lord, look at this Lord, it's falling so fast. Enigma 9 are actually just gonna be able to take it so quickly. And NLK had basically no idea what was happening. I had no idea what was happening.
Bruno's stacks is insane late game. I think Bruno's full stacks, so he's able to melt that Lord very, very quickly, especially with the Borg there also. So very good. I think they might be able to end. They might look to try to end with this Lord.
One thing I want to point out is this Bruno hasn't replaced the steel leg plates though. I think he should have way more than enough money to sort of put down a better item there, but he hasn't replaced it. I think he might have forgotten.
I think he might have, but I think yeah, it's not too bad. It's just a not super useful late game.
Okay, anyway, going straight back into the game here, we're gonna have this Luminous Lord pushing down bot lane. So the fight looks like it might brew top, but all things said, it should rotate down to the bottom lane here. I'm not sure NLK are going to be able to defend all of these towers this time. As Lord starting to knock down on the bottom lane here a little bit. They don't have the best clear for it. As Minotaur maybe looking to go in with a little bit. He's getting harassed by this Nolan. Does have the blue buff to work with. Goes in a little bit with the Minotaur. He's poking, but he's going to get taken out by the Clint's pokes. And Nolan wants to take out this Bruno, but he should have the Wind of Nature to protect himself. The Matilda is the one to go down first, as well as the Lilia. The export is going to take down this tanky Terizla. As NLK, they're losing too much. I think this game might starting to be looking a little bit over. As Enigma, they just need to hit the base a few more times. Anthony, he has the mortality to work with, but no more blue buff. He's going to lose his life. And Enigma 9 take the first game with style. Wow, that was quite an intense game.
Yeah, it was that late game. We spoke about it earlier, but they did a pretty good job, but just simply weren't able to end the game early enough. I feel like also with the Terizla, I'm not sure, at some point they changed from damage to tanky ball, which wasn't a problem, I guess, but then, you know, they didn't have enough just, you know, overall team fights there. The Lily didn't do too bad, but I think I'll leave it off to Samara with the post-game analysis.
City?
Yo.
Nothing?
There's
Hello?
a little bit of some frame drops, like constant frame drops on the stream.
Oh, okay. I'll try and sort something out so long. I'll give it to the bureau back screen, and then yeah, to Smart.
Okay, so you know, I did say at the start of the game that I did favor Enigma 9's lineup, and I think they were doing a really good job. Early game and late game, I think the mid game was dominated by NLK, and they actually made really good use of their Matilda. I won't lie. Like, I've seen a lot of people play Matilda in this tournament, but Nabcook did a really, really good job. So yeah, kudos to him. But yeah, I saw it coming. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, and then Nigel. Where's Nigel? He's supposed to be helping me with this.
Yeah, no. So what I saw is that the marksman of NoLifeKing had a 96% turret damage. That means that he was literally the sole person pushing the turrets. I mean, isn't everyone else's job to push the turrets? But that is a very, very, you know, striking stats to have, because that means that the marksman was the only one focusing on pushing. The XP laner didn't have the best time in the game, but still, 96% just means that he was just the only one pushing the turrets. I think it's important for everyone just to focus on pushing. There was also a time when the Lord was there, but they weren't able to capitalize on that Lord push. So I think they need to focus more on actually making the plays that in the game. I did like what Clint was doing. He was moving in and out of the team fights, but unfortunately, the late game was going to be ending up on the side of Enigma 9, who had a much better late game comp. But it does look like NoLifeKing is making a substitution. I'm not so sure. I'm just probably mistaken though. I think that's probably the same draft.
No, they are because I've seen Nab Cookies is not there and he's been replaced by someone named Orpheus.
Yes. They did make a change in their aroma, so they changed their Nab Cookies for Orpheus. So hopefully that works out for them. I do have first pick, first ban in this draft. So let's see how they make what plays they make. Or what I saw on the last game is that Enigma 9 actually just banned the Diggy and then just first pick they picked up the Minotaur. So let's see what sort of draft NoLifeKing uses with that first pick. Yeah, are we ready to start? Is Sep sorted out his stream issues?
Yo guys, whilst we wait for Sep, I think I'll just drop a quick message. Alright. That we do have a giveaway that's sponsored by Hachiman that's going to be taking place next match for the 9 PM match. So he's going to be giving away a Starlight card just for your information, guys.
To me, your
Sure,
team is all that
that's a great thing. Thank you, Mr. Hachiman. I can't wait to win that. I'm joking. So yeah, we'll stay behind for the next match, which is at 9 o'clock, as far as I know. So hopefully this match finishes up so we can see that match. This might be a best of 3, but we'll have to see. It is a best of 3, but we might go all 3 games. So let's just see how the teams do it. It is the same 1-1 ban here, but I wonder if they'll ban the Diggy. Or we actually didn't see a Martyrs ban. Do you see that tomorrow? No one picked the Martyrs or banned it.
Yeah, I do see that they're going with more or less the same bans from the last round.
Yes, but the very first pick, I think they're gonna go with the Terizla again. Yeah, I mean, I personally think Xbox is a good pick to have as first, but Terizla is a good pick too. It's just that I think that if they do pick the Terizla, Enigma 9 is just gonna go for the same draft. I don't think they'll change because it worked. The Xbox worked, the Minnow worked, and I think they banned the Diggy again. So I think they might either go Tigra or even just go Minotaur again. They're going for the Nolan again. I wouldn't lock it so early this time, but yeah. It didn't look like Nolan wasn't a problem. It's just that late game wise he wasn't so good. So maybe if they pair it up with a late game mage like Sicilian, might be able to do something. Because I have seen there's the Minnow and there's the Uranus. It didn't look like NoLifeKing was super interested in changing their draft.
And reignite the star.
Are you here, Simon?
Yeah, I'm here.
By the way, that's a prime skin. Damn.
It is the prime skin. I saw you used it, I think like 3 days in the gold rank. I think you need to boost it, right? You can't get it from the normal pass. So yeah, he's flexing his prime skin there. Hopefully the prime skin wins. It has a... Is there Yuzong gameplay? I mean, it's the first time that we've seen a prime skin in the tournament, so let's see how the prime skin looks.
It's not the first time. I think Equilibrium.
Who else?
No, so not
Really?
no, Elevated Gods.
Your
Sin
team is
Jason
banning.
had this skin.
People already got that. That skin is expensive to get it, but like props to them, I guess. I would just be patient. But like, yeah, Valir is a pretty good pick here. Yeah, we'll be able to deal with the Nolan, but they also do have they're banning the Bruno instead this time. So 2 marksman guns coming in from the side of NoLifeKing. So they're very, very worried about those 2 marksmen. But I wonder what other marks he might go. He might even go Brody. But I think both of these marksmen being banned might be a problem for the side. So it's just showing them that whatever marksman they ban might not be a problem for them. But I do like
Yeah, I think we see.
1 second. Seppi, do you have the browser open for YouTube?
Yes.
Can you try closing it? Because there's still a bit of...
Is it still a bit of lag? This shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It looks fine on my end.
Well, I'm watching the stream. There is some frame drops.
I kind of need the browser to be on. I'm sorry, but I'll try and work some more stuff. Sorry, Samara, please carry on.
No, that's fine. I was just going to comment on the fact that Orpheus picked actual tank instead of going with a support, and I think Belleric is quite an okay tank. He's quite a good tank. Hopefully that will work out for them, but yeah, so I'm just focusing on Enigma 9's lineup again. I think they have a really strong lineup this time as well. I haven't seen Zaza play Claude before. I haven't seen Con playing Claude before. I actually wasn't
swapping around.
Oh my god, now they keep swapping what?
Yeah, now they're swapping around. I do like the what do you call this? The picks that they have though.
Yeah,
just
I
very
see that.
interesting to see how the Belleric does in the tournament, because he is a pretty decent pick. But one thing though, no one really banned or picked Gwen in these two games either. And Gwen was circled down, but no one really locked it. So I think they're just opting for comfort picks in this tournament, on this matchup in series at least.
Yeah, well, good luck to both teams, and I'm gonna hand you right back to Seppi.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, I'm here. I just I think I've got a setting on that might be taking a little bit away from my phone, but I can't find it right now. I'll have to find it later. Anyway, forgetting that, go back into the game here. Game 2. Coming from this first game, Enigma taking a victory, not the easiest victory for themselves, but now they're gonna take it. They're gonna try and take the second one here, as NLK, they do pick up the Nolan again, which I'm quite interested about.
Yeah, Nolan is a good pick again, but again, the key to victory again here is to make sure they end the game early. They don't drag out the Nolan pick, because they have a lot of good heroes. They're not super strong heroes late game. I mean, they have the ability to win the late game, but just that if they fall behind, they might struggle a bit with the Nolan.
As you can see, both teams doing some standard rotations from both junglers, I think. But I do like I'm quite excited to see what Con can do on the Lancelot. I don't really see him using that hero too often. I know he plays it a little bit, but I wouldn't call him one of his iconic heroes.
I haven't seen Con play Granger in this tournament at all, so I'm very, very, very surprised that, it used to be something that he actually just instantly lost. So, I mean, he's moved away from that. Maybe he's saving it up for the finals. Maybe that's where he's going to pick those heroes that you're expecting. But yeah, pretty good, solid pick so far. Lancelot was a good hero to have. But I see that the Uranus here might be picked up. He was trying to cut lanes, but he's got just so much heal to do that.
Oh yeah,
he's just giving vision to his team.
Yeah, he might get caught up by the Nolan's damage here, but it might be enough to take him out. But definitely not an easy thing to do. As we see top lane, actually someone's falling down. It's going to be the Relia. It's taken down by some big damage coming up from NLK here. As NLK, they're looking a bit stronger than they are from last early game. As I remember last game they were struggling a bit to deal with the early game aggression from Enigma.
Definitely, it's the difference between having a support hero and a tank hero. A tank hero allows them to be a bit more aggressive.
Oh, there's the retribution from Lancelot to secure itself the blue buff, but the turtle has gone to NLK, so big trades from both teams. Okay, a bit ahead with gold though. They do have a bit more gold to work with. But it's not that much of a difference at the moment of the early game. But I think it might matter in sort of small engagements. Anyway, we're going to see a bit more of a skirmish on the top lane. Khan does take the gold crab, getting a little bit of some gold for himself, in fact.
Yeah, the Nolan is nearly 2 levels ahead of Khan, so again,
that is true, but it's going to be the Minotaur falling down here. The blazing duet, it's not going to be that much damage without the Demon Hunter's sword. Lancelot with the Thorn Rose is going to go in, but it's not going to be enough damage. There's the Yu Zhong with his Prime Skin, goes in, but he gets pushed back by the Valir. Not able to follow up any more than that. And now Yu Zhong has left his lane open, and Z-King going to be free farming down here. He's going to turn into a really unkillable Uranus.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna commit to that, leaving your lane, you need to at least leave with a kill there, so like you don't fall too far behind. But he might be picked off here. Does he know that they're coming? I think he does. And I do like that the Uranus might be a pretty good hero against the Nolan late game because he's just gonna have so much heal. If he picks up Antique, it's even worse. But he does look to be going for Dominus as first item.
I think I've just worked out what's making my stream laggy. I'm on the wrong internet, so I'm gonna wait for a nice, quiet moment in this game to go and switch over to the right one, and we should be okay. Not now though, because the turtle is in fact spawned out, and both teams are looking towards going for it. They get the start and not the Minotaur, but it's only on Minotaur. As NLK looking for the turtle here, they might be able to start it up. Gonna sort of drag it to the side here, but Lancelot with the Phantom Execution committed already. It might be a bit difficult to go for the turtle. Oh no, excuse me, he hasn't. He still has a Phantom Execution to work with. But he's getting annoyed by this Belleric. But now there's a Phantom Execution that comes out. But the turtle, that's about 50% HP. And Nolan should be able to get it with the Retribution. No! Lancelot with the Thorn Rose gets the Retribution. Nice and clean from Khan right there.
Definitely. I think no team has a turret in this game. The goal is literally dead even. So I think both teams playing pretty good games in terms of trading. The XP lanes are just busy cutting lanes here so that they can make it in the team fights and just go be useful in the team fights. It is only a difference in terms of kills, but the goal is exactly the same.
Okay, I'm going to do the quickest internet switch I've ever done after I see this Valia kill. Oh no, after I see this Clint kill. Right? Is that what's happening here? Oh, they're not going to get him. Oh, he actually gets punished for it.
You mean the Lance kill, yeah?
I mean the Lance kill, excuse me. I can't switch yet, actually. There's even more action happening. The Yuzhong's going to go with the Black Dragon. Doesn't have the Petrify to work with Elite Internet yet, guys.
Go quickly, go quickly.
Okay.
So you should go right now, you should be fine.
Okay, there we go. I should be back and nice and smooth. I'm not sure how YouTube enjoyed my quick switch. But anyway, Nolan getting a quick kill onto Claude there. And Belleric also falling down here. I'm gonna have to like check the live here. Give me a sec. Is that working?
I'm not checking right now, so I think
okay.
Jake and Doof might say something there's an issue, but they haven't so far. Lance is invading while the red buff here, I think, is looking to take the Nolan buff. Now he's actually just trying to take the small creeps away from him. But Akaru does see him, he's going to try to kill him. But so far, the only turrets have gone to the side of Enigma 9.
Oh, I can see my stream here. It's not looking too great. I'm sorry, guys, if it's a little buggy. I'm doing my best to try and fix it there. Anyway, going back into the game, however, you're gonna see Yuzhong going in with the Black Dragon form. Quite a nice model, if I must say, for the Prime skin. But no too much committing here. Turtle's gonna get reset. As NLK, they're going in, but there's some Fury from the backup. Nolan actually is the one to get taken out first. Yuzhong in the backlines with the Dragon Tail is going to do a decent amount of damage, but Claude is the one that's doing most of the damage at this point. Uranus gets a kill onto the Belleric at last. That guy's finally dead, but it's the Uranus that needs to be finally killed in the end. Double kill for him right now, and Enigma are taking these games so well. I mean, these fights so well. Starting to look a bit one-sided at this point, although, I mean, NLK, you can't count them out. They're not so far behind on gold.
Definitely. I think the Uranus is starting to be a menace, although times where they would leave him to just farm out is starting to pay off now, because he is a decent, I think he's almost 2 levels ahead of the other counterpart XP laner. So yeah, so pretty difficult hero to kill. They do have the Lilia and maybe the Clint, but yeah, no one really able to just kill him off right now. He's just, yeah, I think he's only almost as his second item. No, he's almost bought the third item. So it's very difficult to kill him at the moment.
Oh, actually, it's going to be Claw taken out by Uranus, surprisingly enough. I don't think I've ever seen a kill. Oh, no, not by Uranus, excuse me, by who killed Claude? I don't know. I don't even know.
I think the people were there. Just call it the United Nations.
The United Nations putting the ban hammer on Claude, deporting him to the afterlife.
Yeah, there's the Uranus I think Akado's gonna try to kill him. No, does he have dominant ice though? He does not. I know he does.
I mean, he does. So he should be able to. He has some kill shown on this on NoLifeKing, but he's still so hard to kill, especially since he has the Oracle. So even dominant ice shouldn't be enough to work with it and kill him. But there we go. Beleric uses the ultimate to get a little bit done just before he dies. He will get taken out quite swiftly though by this like stacking damage of Uranus, and Lancelot goes in with the puncture. He's looking for some more kills to work with. There's the Yu Zhong. I don't think you want to go on that guy though.
Definitely, it looks like the Minnows actually fast. Imagine a Uranus with a flask on his side. So I think it is going to be a difficult team to kill here. They have the Uranus for the sustain, and I think he's also holding an Oracle. The heal that's constantly coming from the Minnows also enhanced. So pretty difficult hero to kill. They need a bit more pin here. Maybe that might be the solution to this.
Okay, there's another fight coming in. Here we go. Manoa Fury, it's only going to land on one onto the Yu Zhong. The Beleric ulti is going to do a decent amount of control to the tide of NLK, and Lilia gets another kill here for herself. She's doing not too bad this game. Nolan goes in with the puck with the dimensional rifts, but not really doing too much damage anymore. But it's going to be the Lilia who's managing to get some kills for herself in this pretty tough game for NLK. I will turn my fan on. I think it might be my phone that's doing a little bit of issues.
Definitely, I think the next Lord is gonna be up here. It is I mean, Enigma now are in a pretty good position to be actually taking it, because they're winning those engages, and the Uranus is just able to zone out a lot of the outs. So I think they're actually gonna commit to it.
I think NLK should have it not the worst time trying to contest this. Lancelot does have... in fact, Lancelot is below on levels when it comes to jungle. Surprisingly. I'm not sure how that works.
I think individually the Nolan is doing a pretty better job, but like in terms of just the overall team fights, I think the Nolan is doing better, because he's got most of his team skills and most of their assists. So I think, yeah, compared to the Lance. Oh, look at the Clint trying to kill the Uranus. Uranus just standing there. He's just standing there, unable to die.
And Lord gonna get taken out by Lancelot here, and it's gonna be this Beleric who's gonna pay with his life for even attempting to come close to trying to take it. Yeah, and I mean, oh, there's Manoa Fury. It's not too bad, but it's too bad. He gets taken out by Clint to the end after missing his Manoa Fury. Okay, I need to do one more thing, guys. I'm just gonna disconnect my phone. It's a little bit behind.
Uranus is coming down here with the Lord. He's gonna be looking to take the last turret here. They have been doing a pretty decent job of managing the waves, so they might be able to push with this, especially since they have the Uranus to go in there. The Uranus and the Valio combo is a pretty annoying thing to face, especially since you have heroes that don't exactly burst, but they rely on slow and steady killing. Maybe the Clint might be able to do something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The Nolan definitely not.
Okay, Nolan going into the Fracture. Gets a little bit of damage done onto Uranus. Yu Zhong does have the Black Dragon to work with, but he's not committing it just yet. Akado being a bit patient with it. As Khan harassing a little bit with the Thorn Crown. Thorn Rose or whatever. Crowned Rose. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest. I'm just trying to guess. It's something to do with crowns, roses, and thorns. I'm not... But anyway, NLK on the back foot. Even though they're ahead in kills, they still feel so far behind because of the map pressure they've lost between these fights. Orpheus getting harassed a little bit, but it's the Claude who's going to maybe take this blue buff away from NLK. They're trying to defend it a little bit here, but there we go. The Manoa Fury, it's going to land onto one. But there we go. Nolan actually takes him out quite quickly, but he's taking so much damage from the Blazing Duet. He needs to run away quite quickly, but he wants to take his blue buff, but he's not going to be there in time.
Definitely. Okay, I'm back. Apologies, the mic is working again. Yeah. Yeah, the pressure is looking to be on the side of Enigma 9. I think they just need control of this whole game. I'm not so sure if I think they what they're waiting for basically is for Enigma 9 to make a mistake. Then they'll be able to kill because the Uranus is just a difficult hero to kill. I see that it looks on stats paper. In stats, it looks like I don't know the Minnow is just feeding, but he's doing a pretty good job of making sure that the team is in good health and he's making a lot of those good sets. So like on paper doesn't look great, but like I think he's doing a pretty good job of just giving vision for his team and making those good sets.
I mean, he's managed to get some decent maneuverings this game, but they haven't been too amazing, I must say.
Definitely, but yeah, I can look at the Uranus. He's chasing people down. He's full build right now, isn't he? Yeah, he's building his last item.
He's gonna have that last item. It's probably gonna be the Winter Truncheon, but he's free to do whatever he wants, as you said. He's just not killable. Oh my god, I'm looking at my stream. I don't know what's happening today, guys. I'll try to see if I can fix it a little bit more before we go into the next game. But anyway, we're gonna see the Lord fight starting out. Claude with the Blazing Duet doing so much damage. Actually takes out the Lilia first, and it's Beleric who's by himself in the end. Zaza on the Claude is just doing so much work, and Uranus is just free to just chill in this top lane. As Enigma 9 are just being so dominant right now. Maybe looking towards getting us 2-0 for themselves.
Does look to be that way. It looks like NoLifeKing is operating on pilot mode here. I think it looks like the game might be over, especially since the Yuzongs end up dying. And Clint is still alive. He hasn't died once, but it's very, very difficult for him to carry the whole game.
F in chat for Ocado. That guy just got solo killed.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, the game looks like it could be over, but I wouldn't count both teams out here. Just that too many heroes that are difficult to kill on the side of Enigma 9.
There's a Beleric ulti. It's going to be going out. Maybe it's going to bait them into fighting under the tower. Yes, they might get the Minotaur kill. It's maybe going to be enough to do this. Yes, they get the Claude. Make a kill for Clint, but the Beleric falls. Not the biggest issue. There's the Black Dragon form. It's going to come out. Maybe getting onto Lancelot. He's thinking about it, but the Black Dragon is not going to be doing that much damage right now. Maybe they can get maybe they can get him. There's a suppression. The Winter Truncheon from this Uranus gonna keep him alive a little bit longer, but even with low Nolan, not gonna be able to do enough damage to kill this such a tanky target from Uranus.
Definitely. It also looks like the Lance is going tenfold, so I think he's also going to be another difficult hero to kill.
Oh, there we go. They're finally getting the shutdown onto the Uranus. Nolan actually gets it.
So and Nolan has managed to pick up that Sea Halberd and the penetration from the gun. From the gun. No, Malefic Roar rather. So he's doing a lot of damage in the Uranus right now.
He does have this antique cuirass. I'm quite interested to hear about what that's about.
Would you have opted for brute force? I mean, the thing is just purely for the Nolan and the Clint. Maybe that's why I picked it up.
I guess. I mean, they do have a decent amount of physical damage from the side of Enigma. Okay, we're gonna see both Minotaur and Beleric popping their ultis, but both of them gonna make it out fine. But yeah, maybe I don't know if he has the immortality yet. Maybe it's on cooldown. That's why he bought something else that's a bit similar to it. That might just be the option there.
Definitely, the next Lord is up here. Both teams seem to be in a good position. The Clint is the top lane instead of bot, but like both the judges are top lane anyways. Nolan doesn't have his blue here, so he might struggle a bit, or at least he might try to get the blue buff first. But they do need to contest this Lord, otherwise the game might be over.
Okay, both teams looking for it. Minotaur doesn't have enough fury to work with. So there's a little bit of danger here for the side. But the Beleric, he does have his ulti. So he's going to be thinking about popping it just about now. Lord is falling quite short. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. No. Oh, it's Lilia who gets it in the end. And okay, fighting in a lot for themselves, making kill for Nolan. And it's Discord that's going to be taken out by this Clint, who's doing so much damage on this back line. And Karm's also going to get taken out. Lancelot, it's going to be a double kill for this Clint. This game might just be over in a matter of just a little bit of time here.
Clint, once again, very, very good plays here, managing to carry the team. I think it might be over because the Uranus is the only one that's alive here. I think what we're going for is the Uranus was going to split push, but unfortunately they needed him in those team fights. Very, very good comeback from the side of NoLifeKings.
I mean, they still need to hit the base.
No.
Oh no, they're going to just hit it. They're just going to hit that base. As NLK come with a huge comeback of a Lord fight here.
Yeah, split decision making. The Clint was doing a pretty good job there. I was worried about them melting, but yeah, as you can see, the Clint was a very, very deciding factor here. They had the minnow, but he, again, I think you mentioned it earlier, he wasn't making those godly sets as you might expect from the hero. But so like, yeah, so that Lord steal from the Lily was also pretty good.
Finally, just getting a Lord for themselves. Anyway, I think I'll hand it back to Samara here while I try and troubleshoot why my stream is so incredibly laggy.
Okay, yeah, so I did say that them having a actual tank instead of, you know, a support was probably going to be the game changer that they needed. And yeah, that did really work out for them. I think making that swap of nab cookies for Orpheus really got them that win. And yeah, even though I would say both teams played really well, the Uranus on the side of Enigma 9 was doing the most, honestly. But yeah, I mean, they in the late game, they really couldn't contend, especially with like 4 of their members being wiped out at Lord. So yeah, that was the deciding factor for them in that game. But yeah, I hope maybe, I don't know, I'm not even going to say that someone should make a comeback in the next game, because I don't want to be biased or anything. But yeah, what do you think?
It's a 1-1 right now, so it's both teams game to lose. I think in that game, what I saw was that Enigma 9 didn't exactly end, and I think at some point got a bit confident, and I think yeah, NoLifeKing was a bit relentless. Like they want it. There was a small chance they were actually going to win that Lord fight, but they knew they needed to take that Lord fight. I think Enigma were a bit confident that they already had the game in the bag. All they needed to do was to take for your team. So I think a pretty good effort coming in. Again, I think the Clint does deserve the MVP in that game. I think he didn't die once, and he was doing a pretty good job of making sure that they have the damage late game. So yeah, I think better of the late games, and I think in this instance at least, NoLifeKing came out top because of that non-stop pressure they put on, regardless of being in the back foot of that game.
Okay, I just see a message. Zaza said, "Pause when it's needed." Not really sure what he meant.
Did they have they said it? Did they do thumbs up or any pauses in chat?
I don't.
Yes. When they say a pause when needed, basically is if you see someone going AFK for 30 seconds, then you pause it for them.
Oh, see, that's what they mean. Okay, sure. We'll keep an eye out for that. I think Doof
was someone specific AFK?
No. Everything's fine. I think they're just giving us a warning for it. They're just letting us know in advance. Okay, I think we're gonna start this game. So good luck, guys.
Your team is banning.
Yeah, so first pick, first ban on the side of Enigma 9. They have had the same picks with the minnow, where they usually ban the Diggy first pick. So let's see if they're gonna do the same sort of draft, or they're gonna change it up a bit, since the minnow wasn't the best choice in the last game.
Yeah, I see they're still sticking with the Hayabusa ban, which, you know, they have banned for the last 2 games.
Yeah, I think specifically Anthony plays the Hayabusa, so maybe that's why they're targeting it. I do like the Farmer's ban. Farmer's hasn't had the funnest game. But again, another hero that's been open in both games was the Mortis and the Gwen here. Gwen is a pretty good pick in both Rome and jungle right now, so let's see.
I'm really
Yeah?
sorry to interrupt. Jake, there's no overlay for 1-1. So we're just gonna go back to 0-0. How about that? That sounds good for me. Okay. Both teams cancelled out.
I didn't expect a 1-1.
Okay. Both teams cancelled out cancelled out each other's wins. It's now a best of one, guys. It's a best of one.
I am the priestess of primal lightning.
Definitely, so this will be the last game. I like the Edith though.
Alright, I'll make it and I'll send it to you now, yeah?
Oh no, I think the 0-0 should be fine. I think it's just make it a best of one. I don't think unless you want. I mean, send it through if you still want to. I mean, it's fine. Anyway, carry on.
Okay, so we see Arcado circling both the Xborg and... Okay, never mind, he doesn't commit to that. And we see Anthony going in with Nolan as he has done for the past 2 games, and of course Febson on his Lilia. Now we see Z-King is actually circling down the Terisla. I don't know if he's going to actually end up taking that.
Yeah, he is going to take that, and Jinx is still going to be on this comfort Loe, which is the hero that they banned out in the last game, but it is open in this game here. The Gwen is still open. Gwen XP could work, it's just that it works better in instances where she can move around the map, but it is still a pretty solid pick to have in your team. But I wonder if they're going to lock it though. That's the question. Like a hero is only as good as you're comfortable with it, so it's no use picking a broken hero if you're not exactly gonna be making godly sets. But he could also still go Gwen tank here, even if he is in the side lane. I've seen quite a few people do it.
Yeah, I'm curious if they can ban another marksman. I don't know. They end up banning the Bruno. Okay. Makes sense.
It does force out the Claude again. Yeah, Claude or Brody are still open. So I think they're targeting the marksman. Yeah, they banned the Tig, but they didn't really pick Tig in the last game. But Minnow's open on the tab. They're just gonna go for Clint again. Yeah, Clint has been a solid pick on both on the side of NoLifeKing. The Clint, Nolan, and Lilia have just been constant picks. They haven't really changed them. They changed the XP and maybe the Rome, but they stick with 3 heroes, and it's worked out for them so far.
Yeah, I think so too. And even though we thought, Nolan was going to fall off in the late game, and I see they went for a second mage. I'm wondering if they're going to do a mage Rome or...
Yeah, no, it looks like it's going to be a mage Lunox, like
possibly gold lane
Lunox.
Gold lane Lunox,
yeah,
right?
gold lane Lunox. They have a lot of magic damage, but the kit still works. And Khan is finally bringing out the Granger. Let's see how that does. It's going to be very tricky against the Nolan though, but still great. I mean, it is his most comfort hero. But I think maybe everyone's just playing their most comfortable heroes here. And I also see that on the side of Enigma 9, they also opted for mage gold lane. So both teams are going to have a mage gold laner with the Harrod versus the Lunox.
Yeah.
Physical damage is overrated.
Time that we're seeing this in the tournament where we have 2 mage gold lanes. Honestly, when it comes to the draft, I'm not really sure who I favored this time. And I'm going to keep my opinions to myself as well, because I don't want to have any weird foreboding. Yeah, so I think good luck to both teams, and I hope they play this one well. I hope they make it an interesting match, and yeah, right back to you.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you, Samara, but I think the audience requires an answer from you. I think we need a definitive answer here, Samara. I'm gonna hold you by your arm here. Who do you prefer in the draft?
I don't think I don't think I should say. I really don't want to because I'm not trying
that's
to
fine.
do
That's fine.
anything.
You're scared to be wrong. It's
No,
okay.
I'm not scared to be wrong. I don't want people to really think I'm rigging this or something because I mean I have been right for the past 2 matches as well.
Oh, you lost
So-
the last one. You said you preferred Enigma 9's draft. I was listening this time. And they lost
All
it.
right. So yeah, you don't have a
Yeah.
streak to break here anymore. So give us a prediction.
Seth, I've sent you the link. Yeah?
Oh, okay, sure.
No, it's fine. Leave it.
Okay. So we're not trying to bully you too much tomorrow. We're gonna see Edith getting harassed down a little bit here. Zaza on the Linux gold lane is gonna and the Lu Yi will take the first blood for the side of Enigma here. Oh, big damage from Harris.
There's so much damage coming in here. So much aggression in the early game. I feel like both teams are taking this game seriously. The Louis is chasing down the Lilia. And Lilia managed to survive.
Khan on this Granger gonna be pumping in that physical damage that his team sort of lacks. I mean, it's the same thing for this Nolan as well. So I kind of like both. I really like the both drafts here. If I'm gonna take Samara's place here a little bit though, I think on paper I do prefer the side of NLK's draft a bit more. It has a bit more of the meta heroes, and I really like the Lunox into the tanky targets of Enigma.
Definitely. The first turtle is up though, but it looks like Nolan is rather focusing on the buff, but he might be able to make it in time. But Enigma 9 is already there.
Yeah, gonna be up to Nolan to get there as fast as he can. He's gonna have that level 5 advantage here compared to Khan. So if he gets there in time, he should be able to steal it. But no, he does opt not to contest.
There is low gang coming in here on the goal lane. The Lunox dealing insane amount of damage. But the Louis is there to the rescue along with the Edith.
Oh, they might go in here a little bit. But no committing from either side here. Nolan in a decent position to come up from the back. As he's gonna get a little bit of damage onto this La Legende, but doesn't commit fully. Little Wanderer spawning out. Both teams respecting their space, each other's space here. I think after the first 2 games, it's all about who wins this early game at the moment. So, as we can see, maybe bot lane a bit of a gank here. Khan in position to go, but Lu Yi's going to be backing them up a bit with Jinx. Rotated with Louis ultimate. Zaza in a bit of danger. He's going to get taken out by Lunox in the end. And the Granger with the Death Sonata is going to go in. Lilia popped her ulti already, so she's in a bit of danger. But there's the Tyrant's Rage. It's onto 2, but he's going to get taken out first. The flicker coming out from Edith. She's going to be doing that magic damage with the Primal Wrath, but Nolan takes her out with the Fracture.
Definitely, I do like the Nolan damage, especially when you compare to the heroes they have this. You're never much more squishier lineup than they had in the previous game, so I think Nolan might have a bit of different game in this one.
Top lane, Nolan. Yes, another kill for himself there. But in the top lane, they do get a avocado with the Granger. So a 1-for-1 trade coming from both teams. Nolan doesn't have a blue buff to work with though from Anthony, so he's gonna need to get that for himself before any other engagements.
Definitely. Let me see. I see that the next turtle is up here. I wonder if the Nolan's gonna give it out to the Granger for free this time again.
Oh, there we go. Knock up onto Lilia. She needs to be very careful. I mean, onto Lunox, excuse me. Needs to be careful, but she does have the Lifestyle Ultimate to work with. Kufra onto the Edith. Just scouting out, giving really good vision. Orpheus. What he's been doing really good this last game and this game as well. As Khan level 7 compared to level 8 Nolan. So maybe Nolan will finally be able to commit to you. No, he's going to go for another jungle creep before he goes in. As they're going to secure another turtle for themselves. I think, in my opinion, Nolan could be contesting these. Oh, there we go.
I think he's opting for more for the kickoffs. I don't think he's interested in the long team fights. I think he's rather focusing on.
I mean, he is 3-0, so yeah, he is getting a lot done with these kickoffs. As you can see, the Tyrant's Rage. It's off the Granger. And this Granger needs to be very careful, otherwise a Fracture will take him out quite nice and swiftly. Lunox doesn't have the Chaos ulti equipped, so doesn't not in position to maybe burst down this Edith. As Kufra going in here, the Harris has to pop the Zam in force. He's going to be in a bit of danger here. Nolan with this overwhelming damage, starting to really show its teeth here in this game 3.
I think they might be able to take the gold lane too, because not marks. I was gonna say the marksman, the gold laner rather of Enigma 9 is not alive, so they'll be able to take down the gold lane turret.
I just want to ask Doof, how is the stream improved at all? Is that a little bit better, or is it still laggy? No, Doof's not there.
Doof's not here, so I'll speak on his behalf. It looks fine for me.
Okay, cool.
It's all good.
Okay, cool. I'm looking on it myself. It looks a little laggy, but it's not as bad as it looked before. Anyway, Akado getting ganked here. His tower's gonna fall. He's surrounded by 3. I don't think he's gonna make it out of here. Has a spatial migration for a bit of a jump away, but she gets caught up by this Lu Yi. He's on no health here. The Getsnut is gonna try and snipe him out. Harris is actually the one that falls in the bottom lane, but it's Kufra with the Tyrant's Rage. He goes on it. He's gonna get caught by the penalty zone though, and he will get punished for going in as well. But it's a big kill onto this Harith, who's actually 0-4 right now.
Yeah, there was a bit of an unnecessary pay for the Kufra there. The Gwen is not the hero that you died for. He's an XP laner, right? XP laner that can like, at least afford to die, especially if you're the roamer. He's needed for the turtle. So I think, personally, I would just let the Gwen die. I mean, where was he going? He's running to the turrets. So I think sometimes you can sacrifice your teammates, right, as a roamer? But, so obviously, he thought it's more important to save him up. So yeah, there will be the turtle hard here. Both teams are in good position. I think Nolan's actually finally gonna try and contest this one. Ooh, very good for the Teresa.
Yeah, I mean, there's penalty zone from the Teresa. It's gonna do a decent amount of starting up for the fight here, but Nolan's gonna just completely blow up someone with a fracture. Lunox in the back line with the Chaos Light ulti. But just a 1-for-1 trade. Well, maybe make it a 2, I think, as both teams will opt not to go for the turtle. Yeah, in terms of penalty zone, I'm sorry that all the teams are picking this Terizla here, okay? And I have to say the name of his ulti every single time. I mean, look, he's gonna come out with the penalty zone once again here, I think. Maybe contest the turtle. No, Nolan with the first turtle of the game for himself. Lunox gets blown up, which is a great kill for Enigma at the moment. But here we go. Gwen with the special migration as well as the Violet Requiem. She's going to do as much damage as she can to Jinx, but not going to be enough. Actually, the tower bot will fall as well.
Yeah, I think having the Louis pick, Louis allows to just, have a bit more control over the map. She's outing a lot, allowing her team to move in different lanes very quickly. The Kufra is having the best game here. I think it's getting picked up a lot.
No, but the con with the Destinata, aim is on point. Nolan is just completely uncontested though. He needs to be very careful with how he uses his life though. Here we go, we're gonna blow up this Edith. Z-King as well is gonna get caught by the Violet Requiem. Gets taken out by the side of NoLifeKing as they're getting some really good kills for themselves here. And Lilia going on into this Harith. He's not gonna be the easiest kill. He's gonna be able to dodge all of those balls coming in from Lilia, but there's a spatial migration and the Nolan, legendary, catches a Harith off guard.
Yeah, it was a Harith in response to the Lunok as far as I know, but I'm not sure if it's working out for them because he doesn't have the greatest damage so far. I think maybe if you put more items. Oh, Kufra
misses the Tyrant's Rage. And there's the spatial migration. Is going to punish him on top of it. And punish the person who missed. Oh, but there's the penalty there with the flicker. It's going to be a decent initiation. Orpheus gets caught out completely, but the Nolan with the fracture has the damage, but it's not going to be enough. It's only going to poke them down low. As Enigma do a 1-for-1 trade with themselves, except I think NLK are more happy with that because it's a mid lane for roam. And as you guys were talking about the Harith here, I'm not sure that it is a response for Lunox, right? It's just more of like, I'm not really sure to be honest. Oh, penalty zone onto Akado here. Has to pop the Violet Requiem, uses the Lord Lockup to activate the Violet Requiem. Avocado actually proving that he has some skill here. So Comets just need to keep quiet. Akado, he knows what he's doing here.
Lunox manages to steal the Lord for his team, so pretty good position for Enigma 9 to be in here. I just think the pressure is a bit more on the side of NoLifeKing, but they managed to get the Lord, which does allow them to ease the pressure a bit.
It's like NLK actually in a really good position to start closing out this game. Even though they've lost the Lord, still have a bit of way more map control. And a better late game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Granger and Harith, that duo of like late game carries, not going to be doing that well into the Lunox and the Nolan. I think Nolan has a better time late game compared to Granger, just in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. It should pure on the basis of assassin versus marksman jungle, but I wouldn't count too hard. I just think they need a lot of pickups. Nolan picking up, he will be in a good position. But they're pushing top with the Liu out, allows them to push top lane.
But the damage has been dealt. They do pick up the Lilia. I mean the Edith, and it's Lilia up to herself to take out Lord. She should be able to do it quite easily here. There we go, special migration onto Khan. They really want this kill. This will be a big kill for them to get. I think Anthony, he's gonna go in with the launch pad, and then Granger, he's in so much danger. He's gonna use the Destinator to get out for the penalty. He's actually gonna catch Anthony on the side there, but no, Anthony will take out Khan. Legendary for him once again. The spatial migration onto Lu Yi, and NoLifeKing are taking really good trades here. I think this is winnable for the side of NLK here. They're gonna get this Harith as well. Their lane pressure is a bit pushed towards them though. They're gonna have to reset before anything else happens.
Definitely, it wasn't the worst. I feel like at least Enigma 9 did a pretty good job of keeping the waves afloat whilst dying, so they are in a good position here, but Nolan seems to be taking the buffs of Enigma 9 here, so I think might be a bit difficult position for the Granger to be in because he's not full build yet. Looks like it's going for endless battle though.
On the Granger, yeah, that should be adding to his damage a bit here. But going for a little bit of a hybrid build, has the brute force breastplate, so won't be pumping in too much physical damage, but should be good to go. Lu Yi has the divine glaive now, so might seeing her damage come out a bit more against these tanky targets. But I mean, Kufra even himself doesn't have that much magic resist. Not sure how I feel about this divine glaive from Lu Yi. Oh, look at that damage onto Harith. He barely just got into the fight, and now he's on like 25% HP.
I think Kufra might do well from another physical defense item. I think maybe sell the curse armor, but maybe it might be good. But
oh, there we go.
For sure, but there is a thing happening here. Ooh,
he just blows up, and they attack the clone instead of Gwen. And now NLK are easily going to be able to get this Lord for themselves, except for the fact that Nolan doesn't have the blue buff, but shouldn't matter too much anyway. Pawn has to retreat back to the bottom lane. Absolutely no contest coming from Enigma, and I wonder if Anthony knows that there's a blue buff waiting for him to take there. He should be able to scout it out for himself.
I think you can see the Granger top lane, so it's actually just gonna go for the blue buff.
Yeah, there we go. Easy blue buff for Nolan here. Gonna be able to set up their high ground really nicely. Enhanced Lord will charge the top tower, so it's up to NLK to maybe push the other towers before Lord spawns. Spatial migration from Guinevere, gonna miss though. Not the biggest commitment of a spell, however. Okay, Lord has spawned. I don't know what setting I just turned off. Okay, creep HP. But yeah, it's up to NLK to push down the bottom lane here. Guinevere in position to push, but Lord will charge the top tower, as I said. Edith getting caught once again. I mean, this Edith has just been caught non-stop by this Guinevere and Nolan combo.
Definitely, I think he's trying to give vision for the Clint. I mean, for the Granger rather, because Granger is a pretty squishy hero. So, but I think that works against him in this instance, because he's getting bursted down before he can actually do anything.
Oh, Kufra goes in. Penalty zone only onto one though. Nolan wants to go in a little bit, but he's taking so much damage. He needs to be very careful. It's going to be a shutdown with the death not onto Nolan. But this spatial migration misses on top of it as well. They do take out the Harith though. As Kufra goes in onto the Granger here, he needs to be quite careful. Has the dump away. Lord's going to be hitting the tower a little bit, but their towers being pushed in. But it's a huge kill for Enigma to pick up, but they're going to lose a bunch of towers for it. Oh, Akado is going to get caught out as well. Shutdown for Edith. They lose all their towers, but they get good shutdown kill on the Edith. gets taken out by Louis, I mean. Did I say something different?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Louis manages to catch off the Luna. So is it the Luna? Yeah. So pretty good kill there. It does put them in a good position to push. And they do only have the base remaining for defense. Ooh.
Oh, another kill. NLK just need to be very careful with how they approach this next phase of the game, because if they keep getting picked off one by one so often, then it could be really bad for them. I mean, I don't think you start a fight here, Orpheus.
Definitely not. I think Enigma 9 is in a good position to turn the game around. Look, I think they knew the Merlin was there, but luckily his ult is ready to disengage.
Yeah, he does have the fracture, does remove any CC, so very strong to have in a game like this. But it doesn't have access to a blue buff though. So Nolan gonna struggle a little bit on the damage department.
I'd say it's a pretty even trade for this Lord, because both teams are full bolt. Yeah, I think both teams are gonna look to try to contest this Lord. Edith again.
Oh, Edith getting caught. Another bad position, as he said. And Lord now is just gonna be easy. It's not the Luminous Lord, but it's still a Lord nonetheless. In my opinion, I think they need to they just need to foreman this Lord and get.
I think they're gonna use Blue to get to the backline, but I think they might have seen that. Oh no, they actually cancelled it. No, they said
no. They're not going through that portal. That's gonna be too yikes. Okay, NLK have the Lord again, and now they're gonna be looking for the ending of the game here. They need to push in all the lanes at the same time.
Yeah, I think they could have contested that if the tank was still alive, but unfortunately him dying so early, put them in a bad position to actually try and contest that Lord. I think Enigma, NoLifeKing is gonna look to end with this Lord was declaring all the lanes. They look to this will be the last fight. Let's see how Enigma 9 does it.
Yeah, I mean, if
this is an upper bracket match, so whoever loses is going out, but is still, not a good position to be in.
Yeah, I mean, still, I think if Enigma doesn't win this, if NLK doesn't win this fight, they might lose the game. Okay, here we go. The Lydia gets taken off, but the Lord, it's knocking on the tower, but they finally managed to dissuade it away from the tower here. Orpheus, he has to get away. Okay, but I mean, I think the game might not be over. I think Enigma 9 could have committed a bit more for that win, but they didn't go all the way. As the base.
Yeah, NoLifeKing has lost 3 members so that was an unsuccessful gank. An unsuccessful ending, and it looks like Enigma 9 is going to try to end because they only have the tank and the jungler left. So I think they're going to try to end.
Oh, they catch Kupra. Yes, this might be really bad for NLK right now, because if they lose their tank, they're not going to have anyone to defend the base. Oh, Lunox should be available in a bit. Okay, I mean Enigma, they don't have any minions to go with, so it doesn't look too bad for the side of NLK and just anymore. They should have another opportunity to try and close out this game. It is about time for Luminous Lord to be approaching, so in about every 80 seconds, we'll probably be seeing the end of the game here. Okay, here we go. Anthony going in with the fracture there. Oh, no, it doesn't use the fracture, in fact. But look at that damage. He just gets completely blown up by the Granger's, onslaught of just bullets. As they want to take out a few towers now that they have the advantage of Enigma. No Clipper to work with. Going on to Terizla here. Has to pop the penalty zone to get out. Lilia going in with the balls. But the teleport away will keep them nice and safe.
Harrod, it might be caught off here, but I think he sees them, so he's going to try to run away. Both teams in a good position for the last Lord. I think both teams are going to go for it. I think they're going to do the next fight. Whoever dies here again, every death counts. I think it's about 40 seconds death timer, so I don't think anyone wants to lose a life here at the moment.
I mean, make it 50, honestly. Okay, oh, there we go. It's a big space migration. It comes out onto 3. Oh, but look at the damage coming up from Louis. It might be enough for double kill for Akado. And I think this might just be the end of the game completely, just in from one team fight. There it is. NLK coming in with the reverse sweep, taking the game 2-1 in quite solid fashion. Wow, that was quite an intense game, I must add. But the NLK will take the victory.
Yeah, definitely. Those were very good games. I think the targeting of the marksman, I didn't believe in it in the beginning, but it actually worked out in the end for NoLifeKing because they were forced to pick the Harrow, and Harrow didn't have the best game here, especially against the Lunox. But good games from both teams. I think those was back and forth. It wasn't really one-sided. I wouldn't call this a one-sided game. Both teams did pretty well. But I'll leave it up to Samara with the post-game analysis.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. My mom's calling me. Yeah. Sorry. If you guys didn't see that. Anyway, carry on, Samara.
Okay, yeah. So I think both teams did put up quite a good fight. And at one point they were like just 3 kills behind on the side of Enigma 9. But of course, I think Edith's positioning was a little off throughout the match, and that did cost her to die quite a few times. And I really didn't agree with the fact that both teams chose to do a mage gold lane. But I see it did kind of work out for Kaori on the side of NLK, but it didn't work out for Harith, who's Zaza, and Zaza's actually a really good marksman player. I just would have liked it if he had played, one of his comfort picks, because this definitely wasn't something for him. But yeah, I think both teams did a good job, and good luck to them. And yeah, are we gonna have any interviews?
Yes, we're about to have someone join.
Just waiting on Avocado and maybe Con to come up with into the voice channel. But yeah, I think in my opinion, I really liked this Nolan pick in most of the games. It didn't feel. I think it was just the first game that didn't feel the best. But he came back onto his feet definitely in the second and third games, and that definitely made the difference for NLK to take that victory.
Definitely. Who is here? No one yet. Yeah, both games did pretty well. I think the key issue was that the Grange is pretty squishy late game, and they didn't really have the late game marksman damage that you need. Harith is a good hero, but mostly he's good if your team is in the lead. So that was the issue in that game around. The Lunox is a comfort pick of Kiori Aori. That guy, yeah, it's one of his comfort picks. So I think he did a pretty good job of holding his lane there. And yeah, I think we have one person from NoLifeKing, I'm assuming. Yes, he's here to have a very peaceful interview afterwards.
Mr. Avocado, hello. After that win, how are you feeling? How are you? It was quite a difficult one for you to accomplish.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I would first like to say thank you to all my teams for playing, and GG's to Enigma or Con for putting up like a nice fight. They were quite a tough opponent, but we're looking forward to see who our next opponent is in the next match.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, GG's to Con, GG's to my team also.
Okay, Samara, I know Nigel just left the voice chat, but do you have any questions for Akada here, Samara?
Yeah, like I think it was the first or the second lineup. Oh yeah, the first lineup that you chose, your team chose. Did you guys like practice with that lineup before or no? Because like we saw in the mid game that it was working like really well, and for some reason like everything was just flowing. So did you practice that lineup before or no?
It was quite like an unexpected lineup because we don't really go for like the Matilda tank. It doesn't go well for us. So, but like that was quite unexpected on our side. But we managed to secure. Like we lost the first game, it quite brought us down a little bit, but we managed to come back on the second side. But for I didn't really practice that lineup before. And also we didn't really have like much of synergy with that team. That's why we had to bring our main tank Orpheus in to be able to like do the plays as you saw from game 2 and game 3.
Okay.
And also shout out to Kaori making the plays as well as Tony and as well as Fabi stealing the load on the second game, winning us the game.
Okay, and then I just have one more question, which is quite a spicy one. But quite a lot this game. You had quite a lot of trash talking Akata basically the whole game in the chat. What do you have to say for them after taking a victory for yourself?
Keep trash talking. I enjoy it. Keep doing it. You'll always be trash talkers at the end of the
day. Okay, yeah, no, fair enough.
Especially my boy Yami.
Okay.
Come again, Yami. Come again.
Okay. So thank you, Akata. I think I might as well just check for you who you'll be up against so far. So you will be facing the winners between Pinoy Hub and Equilibrium, looks like it. So
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be quite interesting.
GG's to Kondo. He really put up a good fight.
Okay.
Respect.
Sure. Thank you for coming to the interview. Jake is okay. There we go. There he is. Mr. Khan.
Antares is here.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so Khan, unfortunately, that was quite a tough series for you as well. Unfortunately, losing the best of 3 in that third game. You guys seem to have had it quite under control in the first 2 games with big early game sort of plays. What do you think happened in the last game for you guys to not be able to take that victory?
Communication issues, man. Communication issues.
Okay, you guys think were you guys in voice chat or maybe?
We did VC, but like. Men then don't be listening, you know. So it's calm.
Right. Yeah, I mean that was definitely a bit difficult to watch from the last game. What do you think about this Nolan pick? Do you think you guys were thinking about banning it out from Anthony, or were you still confident about maybe playing it against it?
Like at least I don't really see Nolan as like the biggest issue. Like Nolan was fine. You know, it's just a matter of the team overall, because our gold lane got gapped hard, so like no point there. You know, basically just just in the match for declaration at that point, Rome getting picked off. Like if those two performed a bit more, then it would have been fine. You know, so it's like.
Okay, Samara, do you have any questions?
No, not a question, just a comment. So yeah, I think that your team did a really good job, and I think you put a really good fight, especially like in the first game. But yeah, I think you guys need to work a little on your synergy a bit more. But yeah, apart from that, I think it was GG's.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, and then just one last thing. Oh, sorry.
GG's Sukan really put up a good fight. Really enjoyed it.
Okay. I guess I just have one more question for Con here. Just for going into the lower brackets, we will be up against basically the people that are winning this next match. Going to be streamed here, which is going to be Exodus versus Rise. How are you feeling about maybe facing one of the winners from that?
Are we playing them immediately or later on?
No. Well, no. Later on. I think, unless Jake, am I wrong? Or there shouldn't be 3 streams tonight, right?
So I'm trying to see if we can have the third game today. So Antares, will your team be available for will they be available for a third match somehow? Not a third match, but your second match.
I'll have to ask them. I'll have to ask them.
You can ask them.
Yeah, sure. So there will be a third match if you guys are feeling up to it. You don't have to feel pressured to be able to. It'll just be convenient for the tournament. But don't feel pressured to take it up if you guys are burnt out.
No problem. But I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, we'll sort it out during this game, but Seppi, we can just head into the next game. Both teams are ready. Okay,
sure. Well, thank you guys. Thank you both teams for captains coming in for the interview. I think we need to hurry it up onto the next game. I need like a 3-minute break for myself, unfortunately. I need to just get some tea. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to stay sane.